Hey guys, I was just doing a Facebook Live in a different group, and so I had my camera out and everything, and I just thought I would take this opportunity to share something really quick with you that happened to me when I was in San Diego recently. So if you arrive, say hello. It would be nice to know that you're here. It's kind of late, and I appreciate if you are a person who likes getting to bed in the nines. If you are, and you're on the east coast of Australia, hopefully you're not watching this. But if you're here, say hello. I am just going to share with you a really, really quick story. Hey, Justine. Hey, Cassie. So the very first day, well, it sort of kicks off on the Wednesday, but then the first sort of full day was the Thursday. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Beth. Hey, Misha. Okay, hello, Miss 10. Gotcha. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you, I will try not to swear, is that when we got there, my amazing friend, Emily Aarons, did a guided meditation. And now I'm actually wondering if I've shared this with you. Have I shared this with you? Or maybe I just shared it in the group, in the membership group. Anyway, who knows? I'm pretty jet lagged. I can't remember what I've said or what I haven't said, but I'm going to say it again because I feel like I got this message in the meditation, and I've had this feeling since then that the message wasn't just for me, that it was actually meant for some other people too. So I'm just going to share it with you here because I mean, it got pretty snotty. It got pretty gross. I basically started crying within the first minute of this guided meditation. So Emily, she's at emilyarons.com. She's an intuitive business coach, intuitive healer. She's amazing. And, you know, she was just like, just breathe in and then breathe out everything that is not serving you. And I was like, oh my God. Am I the only one crying? Like I just started, you know, when you just start to feel the things, I obviously needed a bit of a release. So we're doing this guided meditation and she's walking us through. It was really beautiful, like this a field, and then we kind of found a mountain and we stopped and there was some water and I was just like there. I was in it, but I was already like teary just from breathing out the things that weren't serving me. I was obviously a little sensitive that day. But then what happened was she took us to the top of this mountain and she said, you know, someone's going to appear and they're going to have a message for you about like what to do, or it was something like that. But to me, I interpreted it as like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get a message about, you know, my business or what to do, or, you know, what's coming next or whatever. And I was kind of excited, and my granny appeared. And she died when I was sort of 9 or 10. And I was like, oh, that in itself. And I was like, you know, I felt like this little stream of tear coming down. I thought, Granny's here. Wow. You know, what's she going to tell me? And she just said 4 words. She just said, sit down, my darling. And I was like, okay. So I sat down, and, you know, this is all in the guided meditation. And then I was like, okay, you know, like, what next? What's the message? And she's like, just sit down. Sit down. And I was like, yeah, no, I've got that. I'm like, what's next? Like, hit me with the good stuff, Granny. Like, what do I do? And she's like, sit down. And the message just was like, sit down, sit down. And then I felt like this whole group of hands, like people were just holding hands with each other, and they were all around me. And she's like, sit down, my darling, sit down. And then she's like, we got you. You can sit now. And I feel a bit emotional even just sharing it again. But that feeling like you're supported, you can stop, you can breathe. Sit down, just sit down. And in my mind, I'm like, I can't sit down. You know, that's what I was crying about, because I'm like, I can't. You know, there's responsibilities and there's all this sort of stuff. And she's like, just sit down. And so I felt like getting emotional again, sharing it, that this is not a message just for me. I mean, I sort of share this stuff, that we're allowed to surrender a little, we're allowed to stop, we're allowed to put up boundaries, we're allowed to say no, all those things. But the commentary in our minds, you know, is always like, there's more to do. There's kids, there's work, there's marriage, there's this, there's that, there's, you know, what the heck? There's book week next week, for goodness sake. If you've got any ideas for me, you can share them with me. Currently working out if I could just send them along as the kids from the Famous Five, because that's what we're reading at the moment. Anyway, I just thought I would come in and share this with you, because I know I'm not alone in needing to hear this. I know that if you had an angel, that they might give you the same message. Do you need to give yourself permission to sit down, to just take a break, to breathe? What do those words even mean to you? How would it even happen for you? Just something I want you to think about, and I want you to think about what it would look like in your life if someone said, we got you, you are supported, and you are supported. We got you. If you would give yourself permission to just work out, like this is the thing, like work out what it would even mean to take a seat for a little while. And for me, you know, I shared this message, I mean you guys, like it was the start of the day, so I had makeup on. I literally had like rivers of tears, like that, they were just flowing down. I was so conscious that I was like, the snot is, you know, this is going to get really bad if in this guided meditation I'm the one going like, it was so gross. I couldn't have hidden it even if I wanted to. Like, everyone opened their eyes. There's like 35 people sitting in chairs around in a circle. I'm like looking around going, oh. And then suddenly someone put some black serviettes in front of me because that's all they had in the room. I'm like, oh God, this is so awkward. But I felt so emotional receiving that message. And I just felt like I wanted to share that with you guys. And the fact that when I said, you know, it was like, what are you guys going to do when you get home? Like, you know, what can you do over the next 7 days? And I was like, look, I'm gonna rest. And they're like, okay, what does that mean for you? And I was like, I'm gonna sleep, like get to bed in the 9s. That's why I can't be too long here. And they're like, no, but I mean something tangible. Like, you're gonna sleep. Like, that's something you're gonna do. So like, what's something else? And I was like, oh yeah, what would it mean? Like, how does that work? And so I came up with a little few ideas for myself, and I just wanted to encourage you to do the same. So if that's a message that resonates for you, think about something tangible that you can do to let yourself rest a little, stop a little, sit down a little. I feel like my granny would say that to all of you anyway. So I hope that this is helpful. You're currently making a Gruffalo costume. Yeah, I am not doing the Gruffalo. And then I just got a message. Can we just change the tune to book week? I just got a message from my son's grade 2 teacher that no one's allowed to hire or buy any costumes. They have to make them. And I'm like, okay, but how do you know, if he says he wants to be Moonface from Magic Faraway Tree, what am I going to do, you guys? Is that, like, how do I make a moon face? I'm not going to do paper mache or something and put it on his head. Very confused. So anyway, like, not a Pinterest mum right here. I hope this message was helpful. I am going to go and honor my need for rest. Oh wow, Justine, that's huge. Justine said she's done a big thing. Last week she put her 9-month-old in care 1 day a week so she can focus on work and then not be so stressed on the other days with him. Beautiful. It's okay for us to also create, like, always at every stage of the motherhood journey, we can pivot, we can try new things. Just because we've done things the way that we've done them doesn't mean that's the way they always need to be done. We have to honor ourselves and what our bodies need. And I thought, you know, I'm not going to end this year with shingles. I'm going to take this advice and I'm going to hear it, even although I think I do a pretty good job. Obviously not. You guys, we always need to be focused on this. This our go, go, go lives. It doesn't have to stay this way. So rest, my darling. Sit down and rest. That's my message. I hope that that was helpful, and I will be seeing you again very soon. Bye.